story. We're actually like talking veterinarian stuff, and because Monty apparently has worked a lot of cattle his life because his dad's a
Just a little
veterinarian.
bit.
My uncle also is a vet, and he's out in California.
Yeah.
But he like does the large equine stuff, all the
Yeah.
like, movie star horses and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
So, but yeah,
I mean, we did. Dad, like I said, growing up, Dad did large and small animal.
Yeah.
So worked a lot of horses, a lot of cattle. As I've told more than a few people, that's just a cute little kitty cat. Really, I've watched an 8-pound house cat straight ruin a 300-pound dude's day more than once.
Oh, that's an everyday thing if you own a cat.
Yes.
I'm not a cat person. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Hey, you know.
To each their own. That's okay. Michael's a cat person? I did not know Michael was a cat person.
Hey, I'm with you, buddy. I've got 2 at home.
Chris has 2 cats at home, too. So you're a cat person, not a dog person.
So I don't spend enough time at home to have a dog, right? I'll leave the house at 7 o'clock in the morning and not get home till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Dogs don't react well to that. The cats, they don't care.
No.
Hey,
Well,
you walked in the door, feed me, okay? That's
but they
what
don't
cats
care.
do.
They don't care about anything.
Well,
Cats they don't care about anything.
I mean, it's their cats. What can I
Yeah,
say?
I know. All right. Hey, guys, welcome into Gun Talk Live. I'm your host, KJ, for right now, because we're going to have, I swear, we're going to have Chris on later. He's coming back up. But for now, you got to deal with me. We're brought to you by Palmetto State Armory. We got Monty Long here from Excess Sights. How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. How about you?
I'm doing good. How's the show been?
It's been a good show for us.
Yeah.
We've actually been really steady, really busy the entire show so far. So can't complain. It's been a good show.
So you're with Excess Sights
Yes, sir.
out of Fort Worth here, United States, Texas born, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So walk us through Excess Sights and give us a little bit of their background and some of the highlights over the past few years.
Okay. Well, Excess Sights was started in 1996, I believe.
Yeah.
The original owner of the company, Ed Pastusik, unfortunately he passed away, but Ed owned a machine shop and was doing a lot of contract parts for several other people. Met Ashley Emerson. Ashley had some interesting ideas about some unconventional pistol sights, which became our Express sights, right?
Yep.
They partnered up, started building the Express sights. We've gone through multiple name changes. We won't go over all of that, but
We don't need to go.
we're Excess Sights now. We
Yep.
still continue to produce our Express style pistol sights.
Yep.
We call them the new version's called the DXT2s, Defensive Express Tritium 2 for second generation.
Second generation.
Right. We've
There's-
also.
Naming products has to be the worst thing.
Oh my lord!
Has
you
to be
come
the
up
worst
with-
thing.
Oh, we have all kinds of entertaining conversations on that stuff.
Oh, gosh. I can't imagine.
I mean, it can get frustrating at times.
Oh, yeah.
But
especially
that's
when you
part
start
of
to
it.
let engineers like start naming products.
Yeah,
It ends up with a lot of numbers.
it can. Our part number system will make people cry. Like if you start
hate
looking
it.
at the individual, like a front sight,
Yep.
well, what we're going to talk about here in a
Yeah.
minute, the actual part number for that front sight is like 10 digits.
Really?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah. So there's the actual part number we
Yeah.
use on the website, which is way more simple.
Yeah.
So
Let's just do that.
exactly. But we've been in business since 1996. We design and manufacture sights for rifles, pistols, and shotguns. Everything we manufacture is designed around a high visibility front sight.
Yes.
We got to see our front sight to be able to make accurate hits. So
Front sight focus.
Exactly.
Front sight focus.
Why not make it easy to see, right?
Well, especially, I mean, like Chris Sereno.
Yeah.
Prime example. And Chris won't mind if I say this about him. Dude can't see anything. It's a miracle he shoots so well.
Really?
Because, I mean, when he starts to look at it, he's leaning back and he's really squinting that off eye.
Really?
But he's got to be able to see it.
Yeah.
And that's what you guys have built a reputation on. And what I'm excited to see from Excess Sights was this universal shotgun mount.
Oh man, we released this in December, and we're really happy about this one. I mean, as you noticed, my lord, it's nice and visible.
Oh.
Right. I didn't know how KJ was. He was like a kid in a candy store
Yes.
when he threw the shotgun up. Right.
So, given the YouTube algorithms and everything else, we can't touch this gun. But when you throw this gun up, and first off, you barely see the sight. So if you're watching this and you're on the 2-shot, we're talking about this little thing right here. We're talking about that beautiful shotgun. but what stood out to me was the sight, because you throw it up and your eye immediately illuminates to that green dot up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of other options that have tried to do that over the years, but they all have their own little headaches and drawbacks. Like you mentioned, a fiber optic, you got to have a lot of light pipe for it to really work very well. And then it's a little more fragile than other options.
A little. Monty, you're burying it,
I'm
man.
trying to be nice.
They are
I'm
very
trying to be
fragile.
nice.
We're not talking trash on them, because there's a place for them, and that's fine. And if that's your option, that's good, because you can replace your light pipes and stuff like that. But I would rather have a helpful tip. I would rather have something that works every time.
I break a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right. Like when I used a fiber optic on a pistol for competitive stuff, I carried a roll of fiber optic light pipe in my range bag.
So why
with
would you
the set of
want to do
clippers
that?
And
if you had the option to not do it?
Oh, I wouldn't. That's why I don't do that anymore. Right.
See?
I went to sites I could see without having to have the light pipe. Right.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing that we ran into or kept hearing complaints from customers about on shotguns was one of the more common ones is the magnetic front sight.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing that really attaches it to the rifle. It's just held on by the magnets, which work okay, but you can knock them off.
Ooh, that's what I was going to say.
Relatively easily in the field.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm headed, and this happened to me. 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm headed out to the blind. Had a magnetic front sight, fiber optic magnetic front. Threw it in the boat. Went over. Got out of the boat. Getting the dog. Shooting lights coming up. Here it comes. All right. First flight comes in. Mount the gun. Nothing there.
Nothing there because you knocked the magnetic front sight off, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just so frustrating that there wasn't a better option, because there really hasn't been a lot of innovation on shotgun sights.
There is now. Right. So this one it's brass and steel construction, right? We've got a brass bead that threads into the vent rim on the shotgun.
Okay.
And then the steel portion of the sight, which has the green dot or orange dot, depending on and orange, and it drops over that bead. Now that package, we sell it on the website. I think MAP is $39.99. It comes with 3 of those brass beads.
Okay.
There's a reason for that.
Okay.
Mossberg and Remington use one thread pattern.
Of course.
Browning uses a different thread pattern. Benelli and Beretta use something different, right?
It's just like the footprint of.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, but that's why we include 3 beads. That way you use the bead you need and don't worry about the other 2.
So this is not magnetic.
No.
This is a fixed sight.
It is a fixed sight.
Any thread locker or anything like that on it?
Yes, sir. It is installed using thread locker. It should, if I remember correctly, be included in the kit. I don't remember off the top of my head. I haven't spent a lot of time in fulfillment in the last couple of weeks because I've been trying to get ready for SHOT, all the other stuff we've got going on, right? So I don't remember that for sure off the top of my head. But
hey, either way, it's a good idea. Thread locker, whether it's included or not included, just do it.
Use it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And as we talked about before, not only is it a nice, bright, visible dot now, it uses our photoluminescent technology.
Okay.
Like we use on our defensive.
When they gather light, because when we were right before we were on stage, it was dark, it was bright, but then he hit it with a light, and then it absolutely much light as it can.
Yeah.
Because when you're swinging on a bird,
you want to see it.
You want to come up with that sight immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, I just can't get over the steel construction. I love.
It's as tough as the gun it's mounted on.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I haven't been able to break one yet. I've been playing with one.
You've tried, haven't you? Bring it out of if you're sitting in a layout blind and you're coming up and you catch it on a frame, you don't have to worry about it.
I'm not so much of a hunter these days. I've been 3-gun, but playing around with it on some practice stages just because I could, and dropping it in a dump barrel, yanking it out of a dump barrel, and it just sits there and keeps doing its job. Man, it's too easy.
Well, it's easy, and that's what I think a lot of guys will like about it. And if you look it's not a footprint
Yeah,
that takes
yeah.
up 3.5
Yeah,
inches.
it's less than a quarter
of
inch.
space, because a lot of your your light pipes and stuff like that you have to get, or the fiber optic
Yeah.
pipes. What's going to happen is that you have to have a lot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
to
you're
get the
looking
same
at
that also increases the chance of breaking
Yeah.
it because it's longer and therefore more
So-
exposed.
So I hadn't seen this until now. I knew what we were going to talk about, but I thought, man, when you showed it to me, I thought diminutive.
Yeah. When Jeff walked up with it, and you were like, I thought you said there was a front sight on there.
Yeah, you can barely see it, which is great.
Yeah.
It picks it up just nice and crisp. And at $39,
It's easy, man. It's
put one
it's-
on every shotgun.
Exactly.
Just do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
That's impressive. So what else has XS Sights got going on?
Oh man, all kinds of stuff. So last year we released a front sight for the Taurus 856 and 605 revolvers. Cobras.
Okay.
Sometime in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Last year we released the upgraded version of our R3Ds. So, the original version has done really well, but we got some customer feedback. The R3D 2.0s came out, started coming out in August. We started with the Glocks and then the SIGs and the
Right.
Smiths. We upgraded those a little bit, right? We changed some dovetail dimensions to make it easier for the end user
Okay.
to install themselves. We upgraded to a slightly larger and about 50% brighter tritium lamp on the back. Lamps on the rear sight. And then we serrated.
Okay, let's talk about that, because you're a trainer.
Yep.
You train. What's the thinking on that? On having brighter on the back sides?
That's what people wanted. Personally, I want the
As-
dimmer lamps, right? That's
Right.
me, because I want my focus drawn to the front sight.
Okay, I thought I knew. I
The rear
Rear
lamps
sights.
on the R3Ds were dim by design. We wanted them dimmer because we wanted to draw attention to the front sight.
right.
We had like I said, we had a lot of feedback from people that wanted a brighter rear lamp on the rear sight
Yeah.
to make it easier to see. It's still
Okay.
it's still easy to differentiate the front from the rear on the R3D 2.0s.
Okay.
But we did go to a brighter lamp. We serrated the to glare, and then the R3D 2.0s are finished in black nitride, so they have a much better corrosion resistance than the
Oh,
original
they're
version
gonna
of
last.
the R3Ds.
Yeah.
So we've been releasing those since August. We've got
Okay.
the R3D 2.0s for the Springfield SA35s should be up on the website in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And we're trying to get to the point where we can get some 1911 stuff. Novak
Right.
coming probably April, maybe May.
But it's building.
That's what we're working on. Yes, sir.
They're always innovating
Yeah.
over at XS Sights, I'm telling you. No, so a lot of you guys know the name Jonathan Tusick.
Yes.
So he was on FPD with us.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He saved me. Let's just say that, because he was the guy in our intro, and we keep it in our intro for a reason. It's because he trains and he does, like, he loves force on force. But one of the more impressive things, I'm sorry, I'm getting off. Would appreciate this. But he was coming up on my deck in my backyard, and there was a fisherman who was coming up, and he was going to do us harm, and he held us up at gunpoint or whatever, and was going to take us inside. And Jonathan goes there, concealed draws, appendix, and I mean, comes out and just toast
Nice.
Barrett. And I mean, it was one of the smoothest kills we've had on FPD to date. It was amazing. He did an unbelievable job. But yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And I love what you guys are doing with your sites.
Man. We want to make stuff that people want to put on their guns.
Yeah.
We want it to be, a good value for the customer. We want the customer to be able to install it themselves easily at home.
Yeah.
We just try
that's
to
a big
be.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and Matt Johnson of the Gun Talk team just walked up, and he's gonna like this. He's gonna appreciate this because when you start talking, hunting, like he loves turkey hunting, and so This for turkey hunting
Oh, yeah.
is an absolute must because it's going to pop against that redhead, and that's what I really like.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Where they go find more?
Find more at www.xssites.com.
All right. Find it there. We're going to be back, and you know what? I think Chris is going to be on next, so you guys get a break from me.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching.